YouTube? It's your boy Good Feats, and we're back with Good Feats vlog episode number 12. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's good. Beforehand, I do apologize if my energy is a little low during this video. I'm going to try to ramp it up as good as possible. I barely slept last night, and I've been barely sleeping. I've had a lot going on, but we're going to get into all of that during this video. Before we even start though, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody is enjoying their life and everything and whatnot. Just recently we had the crazy snowstorm that took out a lot of the East Coast and a lot of even down south in the Midwest. So I hope everybody and their families are all safe and all good from that. We should be melting a good bit of the snow coming up soon. So we should be able to start getting back to our normal lives and everything. But before we get into the video, let's knock out you guys' favorite segment of the show. What are the good feats of the day? We got some heat today. We got some heat all the time. Y'all gotta give it up though. For all my sneakerheads in the chat, we definitely do got some heat. All right. But we definitely got a fire shoe. This is a shoe. This particular number hasn't came out in a really long time, and this is a shoe that just the overall idea and the creation of the shoe is completely dope to me. So this is one of the ones where the shoe looks fire to me, but the backstory is even more fire to me. So we'll go over all of that as far as the backstory. But for today's shoe of the day, we have the Jordan 14 Dornbeckers. All right, this is a super duper fire shoe to me. There is so much backstory on this shoe. Just for people that don't know, the Dornbeckers, or that model way, a segue of the Jordans. They also do like Nikes and runner shoes and whatnot. But the Dornbeckers are a special shoe. This is a shoe that deals with the collabs of kids and people who at some point in time, had a crazy ailment, and they were able to battle and survive, what they were going through, and then they collabed and did a shoe. So for this particular shoe, this was created by Zach Roomba. He's an 18-year-old kid from Oregon. He had a situation where I think he was like 16 or 17. He ended up having cardiac arrest and having like heart failure even at such a young age. He ended up beating it, ended up staying in the hospital for 38 days, and was able to fight all of that, and he's now still living and healthy and active. This was the shoe that he collabed and put together. So there's a lot of good touches. Supremely, the bottom of the shoe does glow in the dark. It's super light outside, so I'm not able to show that to you. But just the touches and everything along with it, they do come with sleeves. It does come with a bunch of pins and everything like that. So this shoe here, we have a nice little 38 tag, which displays how many days that he was in the hospital. You have your Jordan Jumpman tag as well too. I do have the extra sleeve, but I like to rock it one sleeve on, one sleeve off. So these shoes are super duper fire. You guys know where we go from here. Let's slide out to the hallway, throw these on our feet so you guys can actually see these live. Alright, y'all, and there y'all have it, the Jordan 17 Dornbeckers. Alright, so you guys might be asking, good feats, what are we doing in this video? I already kind of gave you guys an idea. The box is super fire too. I already gave you guys an idea of what we are doing in this video. So last video, the vehicle did show up. So we went to the dealership. We got to see what the vehicle looked like. You guys got to see me come home and whatnot. This episode, I would like to go over kind of the specs and what I chose for the vehicle. So you guys can see like what my sticker price was. You guys will be able to see what the options were that I chose for this particular G80 that I spec'd out. But before we get into that, I want to get into a topic that I feel is not spoken about much. I want to get into a topic that I feel that I need to kind of relay out to my community. For a lot of you guys that are in here, a lot of you guys came from my Twitch community. You know, we used to do this ever so often. We would kind of have like TED Talks or roundtable talks and just talk about things in life, whether it was like relationships and you know, friendships, all that other stuff. So I want to kind of delve off it a little bit. I feel like this is going to be really, really motivational, and I want to be transparent with you guys because there's probably some of you guys, a lot of my culture, like from the Twitch, is a lot younger than me. So I've been kind of like you guys, OG, and I've been kind of the one that has been able to give you guys some good life advice. And I know some of you guys have been extremely thankful and grateful when I have, and it's helped out a lot of things in your situation. So I want to give you guys kind of some food for thought and what's been going on with me and the life lessons I guess I've learned from that.
All right, we're back. And the topic that I said that I wanted to speak on is just be careful who you help and be careful how much you help. I got to a point in my life where I was doing good for myself and for my family, and I felt the need to try to help every friend and every acquaintance and everybody I know that had an issue or a problem. Not realizing that most of these people, the issues and problems that they're having is because they don't put in the necessary time to grow or the effort into making their lives better. My life wasn't always good. I went through a good strain, a good portion of my life where things just kind of seemed to just kind of be L after L after L. And instead of reaching out for help or instead of looking for somebody to come save the day per se, I started looking at the man in the mirror basically and started realizing the flaws that I was having that was causing these situations to occur, in concession. So I decided to make a change and to start working on myself and to start putting my best foot forward each day. Just to go a little bit into the situation, I don't want to go too much into it. I had an acquaintance last year, somebody that I knew for a couple years. Ended up started getting close with him last year. Not to put too much of people's business out there, but at the time he had came up to me and let me know that he had been without a home. He's been sleeping in and out of his vehicle and just trying to like make ends meet. I felt the need or the urge to help this person. Ended up getting them a job up where I was working. After them being at my job for a couple of weeks, they were able to get an apartment. Things started looking to go better for this person. Um, and then not to go, too into depth, but he was one of the main catalysts that caused me to lose that job. Right so after that, so I would say be careful. The one thing that I learned from Mrs. Goodfeet in this whole situation was sometimes, or not even sometimes, a lot of times what happens, and a lot of times the bad karma and all the nonsense that I've dealt with in my life is because I was taking on bad karma for other people. Um, what I mean by that is people are making certain choices and decisions in their life that is causing a certain outcome, and then I interject myself to try to stop an outcome that they're supposed to be going through, whether it's to teach them a lesson, whether it's they did some foul stuff and now this is the universe correcting them or reprimanding them, and then I interject to try to help them out, and now I end up receiving their bad karma. So watch who you help. Don't try to help everybody, and you got to realize that sometimes people are getting closer to you just so they can figure out how you're doing things that they can't do. In essence, to steal ideas or to steal energy from you and end up catapulting you in the wrong direction. But we don't want to get too in depth to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when you go through those situations, because it's going to happen, stay positive, keep your mind positive, and that time frame There's a lot going on. End up losing my job. End up having the situation with my landlord, and it was so much going on. And instead of being down on myself or doubting myself or getting to a point where I just wanted to quit and gave up, I just grinded harder than I've ever grinded, and everything paid out. Like you guys know, I was able to buy, my first home, able to still get the G80, and was able to find another dope ass job. So even when things look down, I guess that's a two-part thing. Even when things look down, keep your head down and continue to grind and fight, because so much can change. Like, so much change in a matter of 60 days. Like, you really can do so much positive for your life in such a short time frame, as long as you're moving correctly day by day. But all right, we are going to head to the dealership in a little bit. So tomorrow is the day to actually pick up the car, getting it back from getting the PPF done and getting it ceramic coated. So I cannot wait to see it. We'll do some in-cabin POV of me driving the vehicle back home, and me just kind of talking about how it feels to get back at a G80 again. And then I promise you guys early on in this video, I'll go over the specs and why I chose to spec the vehicle the way I spec'd. I'll tell you guys what the paint code is, what the interior code is, like all of that nonsense. We'll do like a little deeper dive into the car. All right, so I will catch you guys at the dealership.
Oh yeah, so you just made it back to the dealership, picking up Natiri. Still, man, like even after seeing her a couple days ago, like it just doesn't disappoint. Like now you guys can see the actual interior combo and everything now, because the previous video, all of the protective PPE was still on the seats and everything, but now you guys can fully see everything. The car is ceramic coated and PPF'd. So and my guys up front had a wicked fast turnaround. Literally just took them 2 days to take care of all of this. So definitely recommend anybody, if you're in the market for looking for a BMW, come to BMW Alexandria, man. They'll take care of you. Yeah, this thing is gorgeous, man. I cannot lie. So I'm about to sit with the BMW Genius real quick and get this all connected onto my app, and then I'll be back to the camera as soon as we're on the way home.
All right, y'all. So we left the dealership just now, headed on my way back home. I wish I would have had the camera on just now. Literally a mile away from the dealership, somebody pulled up to the light next to me, had me roll the window down, and it was like, yo, that is hard, bro. So, yeah, this color combo is nuts, and people are loving it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It feels so good to be back in an M3. I've been missing my car, the green one, for so long that it feels so good. I feel like right back at home. It feels phenomenal. Um, there are some things I can't. I already told you guys. For the rest of the video, the remainder of the video, once I get home, we'll talk about the spec and everything and why I chose what I chose. I'm still kind of getting acclimated because there are a couple things that are different compared to what the 24 was. This is considered an LCI. I had a pre-LCI before, so there are a couple things that are a little bit different. For the most part, it's still the same, but I am still getting acclimated with some things that I did forget about, and then there are some new things as well. So my battery is low on my iPhone, and I do kind of want to listen to some music and vibe out on the way home. So I'm not going to give you guys too long of a POV, or just too long of me driving right now. But I will get back to you guys soon as we get to the house, and then we'll go over the spec and basically my build sheet. All right, I'll check you guys in a little bit. All right, y'all, we are back in the man cave. Just got home from the dealership. I have my owner's manual here to give you a nice, like, a leather book for all of your administrative items. And then here is my build sheet. Just go over some of the things and the specs to why I chose what I chose. For starters, everybody's been giving me super compliments on the actual paint itself. The paint color code is Maldives Blue. This was the secondary choice for me. The primary choice was what the interior was. My interior is called Yasmarina Blue and Black Leather, and I went with full extended this time. Unlike my first G80, I had the orange bucket seats, but I didn't go full extended leather. So my dashboard and my door cards, they were still black and the seats were orange. I had liked that combo then, but this one particular combo here, I wanted the blue all the way around. So now the bottom half of my dashboard is also blue like the seats, and so is my door panels. But the reason why I had went with the Maldives is I was trying to find a color that I felt was close enough to complement the interior. So the interior was the first thing in my mind I picked. I knew I wanted to have that interior. I didn't want to go orange again like my first one. So I was trying to find, and I was playing with exterior color codes for a long time. Like this wasn't something that I just went and picked, and I picked these two and I was like, ooh, perfect. It took me about 3 to 4 months because I was flip-flopping back and forth. There was like 4 other colors in my mind that I was flip-flopping to go with the blue interior that I have. And then of course it's the same basic stuff like I did before, the executive package, which comes with LEDs with the galvanic controls, the curved radio display, same thing I had in the previous one. Parking assistant package. You got the active park distance control, drive recorder, park assistant plus, parking with a 3D view. So on like another video I'll show you guys, you can tap in your screen like when you're coming into a parking spot. You can do like an aerial view, so you can see like all around your vehicle. That way, like you don't scratch or bump into anything. You can see the curb behind you and everything. And then we talked about the wheels. I showed you guys the wheels. Everybody has been complimenting me on the wheels too. With the previous wheels, I went 18 by 19 with just the regular base model wheels. I actually went with the comp or the M3 comp wheels, 19 by 20, and I went with the silver. Unlike most people typically go with the black wheels, but I just think the silver wheels offset this color interior and exterior quite nicely. Then what else we did? Carbon fiber trim. I got carbon fiber all in the inside of the cabin. Same thing I did last time. Bucket seats, same thing I did last time. So they offer 2 different seats. The back of my seats are carbon fiber, just like my first set. They also offer comfort seats, which is more, they call them big boy friendly. So like for the people that are a little bit bigger in weight, it's kind of hard for them because the carbon bucket seats are quite narrow. Fortunately, I'm a tall, lanky dude, so it fits perfectly for me. And then I went with the Alcantara steering wheel. In the next video, I'm gonna ask you guys to give me some suggestions. So instead of just getting a regular steering wheel from factory, I had optioned out to get the Alcantara flat bottom steering wheel. I'm gonna go grab my other steering wheel from storage. I'm gonna kind of put them side by side with like a back view of like the car, and I need you guys to help me. Should I keep the steering wheel that came from factory? I think it looks nice, or should I go with my sponsor, Miami Carbon Design, and put the steering wheel that I had bought for my first car into this car? Um, then I got the carbon exterior package, same thing I did with the first one. So my side mirrors are carbon, my front grills by the auxiliary radiators are carbon, my back wing is carbon, and my roof is carbon. And then last thing, I just got some floor mats. It's kind of like one of you a live and you learn kind of situation. I did not have floor mats my first time, and from just the area that I live at, there's a lot of grass. I know you guys seen outside, like there's a lot of grass and stuff outside. Um, just being in the grass and whatnot, I was tracking like dirt and mud and stuff like that into the car, which was terrible trying to keep my old floor mats clean. So I bought a set of all-weather mats. They came with 2 mats. I was actually surprised. I thought I was just getting one set, either that or the guys over at Alexandria rock with your boys so much that they threw in an extra set of mats for me, because I have the rubber mats, which I have in there right now, the weatherproof mats, and then it also gave me like some leather mats too. So I haven't tried the leather mats yet. Them joints are still wrapped up in my trunk, but at some point in time, I'm going to try it. So yep, that's basically it. Like I said before, there are some changes that I still don't know fully. So we'll do at some point in time, we'll do a video and we'll do a review on what's different between the LCI and the pre-LCI G80. So I remember telling you guys before, I have an LCI now, and then previously I had a pre-LCI. So there are a couple differences. When I was on a ride home last night, the ambient lighting comes out a lot differently. And the pre-LCI, there was a strip that went around the whole dashboard. Now the light emits out of the vents, which is pretty cool. I haven't driven a car at nighttime, but I'm actually about to slide outside. It's so dark outside. I'm about to slide outside and check that out. And then just the way the iDrive is, the way the temperature controls are still the same, but the layout, I guess, on the iDrive looks a lot different in certain places. So I'm still kind of getting acclimated and adjusted. I've only had the car home for a day or a couple hours, so I'm still getting used to that. But all right, that will be wrapping up the end of this video. Now the fun begins. Now the fun begins. So all the videos, for the most part, from now in the future, are going to be that boatload of parts that I have in the storage unit, installing that and getting to transform this vehicle. So definitely about to have a lot of fun. If you made it to this point in the video and you haven't already liked, comment, and subscribe, please do. Does help the channel, does help me in a real way. It keeps me motivated and keeps me wanting to continue to make, heat and make bangers and videos for you guys. But I appreciate all that's here. I appreciate all that is new and all that has returned as well. And I will see you guys on the next episode.
Black Academy.